Hey everyone, welcome back for another Bible lesson this morning. It's good to see you today. We hope you're still doing well in your home and finding things to do. The kids are all doing their schoolwork, and we just hope that you're staying healthy and safe. Today we're going to continue our story that we read yesterday, and we were reading about Thomas, okay? And we remember what happened with Thomas, okay, is that the friends came to tell him good news, but did he believe? No, he didn't. And so let's read so we can remember what happened. Now Thomas was not with his friends who saw Jesus alive. He did not believe Jesus came up from the dead. Okay, so Thomas was not with his friends, so he did not believe. They told him the good news, but he did not believe. Okay, Thomas said,
If I do not see the holes in his hands and the hole in his side, I will never believe.
And so again, what does Thomas want? He wants to see. He wants to touch. He wants to see his hands where they put him on the cross. He wants to see the hole in his side where they stabbed him with a spear. And see, he says, if I do not see the holes in his hands, if I do not see the hole in his side, I will not believe. All right, let's see what happens. 8 days later, the disciples were eating, and Thomas was with them. Okay, and so here we have the disciples, and they're eating. Okay, yum. Okay, Thomas is with them, right? And what happens? The doors were locked. But Jesus came in. Okay, and so they are in a room with the doors locked. Thomas is with them, and they are there. And then what? Jesus, right? And Jesus comes in, and again, what do you think? What did the disciples feel when they see Jesus? Yeah, let's see your face. What do you think? Yeah, all right. And so this is what they're like. They're shocked because now Jesus is there. And let's see what he says. He stood with them. Okay, who is he? Who stood with them? Jesus, yeah. And said, don't be scared. Jesus said, Thomas, put your hand in my side. Put your finger in the holes in my hands. Do you now believe? Okay. So Jesus sees his disciples, but he says to Thomas, come here. You can touch my hand. You can see the hole. You can put your hand in my side. You know it is me. Okay? Now, is Jesus a ghost? No. A ghost. Can you touch a ghost? No. And so Jesus is saying to Thomas, look, it is me, and I am alive. I have a real hand. I have a real side. You can touch. Right? And he says this to Thomas. And let's see what Thomas says. Thomas said,
My Lord and my God.
And my God. This is all Thomas can say. Is he looks at Jesus, and what does he say about Jesus? He says, my Lord, my God. Why? Because he knows who Jesus is. Only God can fight death and win. And this is what Jesus has done. And so Thomas looks, and now Thomas knows. Now Thomas believes. But what does Jesus say about Thomas? Jesus said,
Jesus said,
you believe.
You believe.
Because you see.
Because you see.
But it is better.
But it is better.
For those.
For those.
Who have not seen.
Who have not seen.
But still.
But still.
Believe.
Believe.
Okay, so Jesus says Thomas believes only because he sees. But this is good, but it is better if you believe and you have not seen. If someone comes to tell you the good news and you say, I believe Jesus is alive. I believe Jesus is Lord and God. You say, I believe. Okay? And you have not seen. Jesus says this is better. But what does Thomas do now? Thomas went out and told everyone the good news.
The good news.
And so now Thomas believes. And now Thomas wants to go and tell everyone the good news. That Jesus is alive. That Jesus has fought sin and won. That Jesus has fought death and won. And he's going to go tell everyone the good news. And when he goes to tell the good news, he wants them to believe. Not like him before, where he says, I do not believe if I don't see. But instead, he says, believe. You do not need to see to believe. Trust and believe that Jesus is alive. That Jesus has fought sin and death, and he has won. And this is the good news. Who Jesus is, Lord and God, and what he has done, fought sin and death for us. English cannot do this. This is why learning English is good. It is good to learn English. It will help you. But learning about Jesus, the Lord and God who has fought sin and death, is much, much better.